From the Kozlowski Gymnasium here on the campus of Arlington High School, ACMi Sports presents Arlington High School Boys Varsity Basketball. Tonight, the Spy Ponders of Arlington High School host the Warriors of Wakefield High School. Hello everyone, I'm Don Phelan. My partner tonight is Matt Rury. Kevin Wetmore is our camera person this evening. So Matt, on paper, you have a 9-2 Arlington High team, a 4-7 Wakefield team. Would appear to be a mismatch tonight for the Ponders.
Yeah, it definitely would. And Arlington has their full strength right now. Everybody's healthy, everybody's looking good. These guys are probably coming out here to prove something, I would think. And the way the records are looking, this game seems to be shaping up as an Arlington win, but we all know that you don't have the record on paper as the end-all be-all. You got to play the game, so we'll see how they come out here. But if they play to their potential, they should take care of business tonight.
Spy Pond is wrapping up what turned into be kind of, for a high school basketball season, kind of a lengthy homestand. This will be their fourth consecutive game here at the Kozlowski Gymnasium. Since the last time I was here, Arlington defeated Woburn by the score of 68-54. I believe Scott Zwick and Rob Anthony were here for that game, a Spy Ponder win, and the only Spy Ponder losses this year. As a matter of fact, the only Spy Ponder loss in quite some time, Matt. The Spy Ponder is currently on a 38-game regular season home winning streak.
It's amazing.
These guys
play really well here, and there was a streak that we had hoped was going to continue on through the tournament, through the playoffs as well, but of course that did not count towards the streak you just mentioned, and we mentioned that because they did lose in the tournament at home. I
believe that was 2 seasons ago. They lost here in the second round to Malden Catholic.
Yep.
Last year, Arlington won both of their home games in the tournament and then lost the next round to Brighton. That was at a neutral site. Coincidentally, that was at Wakefield High School.
Right, but so the point is that that streak goes back at least that far, a couple of years, if not a little bit longer, here on their home court.
Yeah, it's got to be 3. If you play an average of usually 9 or 10 home games, it's going on 4 years. I think someone said it was sometime in the 2014 season that they last lost at home.
Sounds about right. So they're looking to keep it going here tonight. And like we said off the top, not that it's going to be easy for them, but if they play to their potential, they should be able to pull this one off.
So a smallish crowd here tonight. I'm not a big fan of the 6 o'clock start. I'm sure they have good reasons for it. But the last game, the Friday night game against Belmont, of course, Belmont being in the town next door and Wakefield being a little further away perhaps was a factor too. But this place was banged out last Friday night for that Belmont game, and a sparse gathering of friends and family so far here tonight. I think, too, the students tend to not come to the Tuesday night games as much as they do the Friday night games.
Yep, that makes sense. It's a school night, of course.
So now we're going to have the starting lineups for tonight's game. The visiting Warriors of Wakefield High School. First, they have the MIAA announcement, which gives us a chance to remind you that Arlington's next game will be at Wilmington High School, and that game will be on Thursday. It was kind of a quirky schedule this season. Usually the games are on Tuesdays and Fridays, but a rare Thursday night game for the Ponders at Wilmington. So we have number 1, Max Hinchy. We were told he was going to wear number 10, but I guess he is wearing number 1 after all. Number 3, tri-captain Andrew Miller. Number 5 is Ryan Marcus. Number 11 is Joseph Carmelia Smith, another one of Wakefield's tri-captains. And rounding out the starting lineup will be number 22, Jack Shannon. Head coach of the Warriors is Brad Simpson. And Matt and I were talking pregame that Coach Simpson now in his 48th season coaching basketball at Wakefield High School. First 17 at the junior varsity level and the last 31 as the varsity coach. There you have your starting lineup for the Spy Ponders. Number 30, sophomore Bensley Joseph. Number 0, junior Nick Corrales. Senior, they introduced him as a senior, but junior tri-captain number 14, James Gascoigne. Number 20, senior tri-captain Ben Wasco. Ben had a dunk at the end of the Woburn game last week. And rounding out the Spy Ponders lineup is number 20, senior tri-captain Dom Black. I found out before the game that Dom Black will be attending RPI to play college basketball next season.
Good for him.
Congratulations to you, Dom.
Big time.
And now we have the playing of our national anthem. course, the head coach of the Spy Ponders in his 10th season is John Bowler. He's assisted by Jack Woods, Kevin Lentini, Zach Lee, Tyler Sullivan, and the head of basketball operations for the Ponders is Tim Schuler.
So you mentioned the two tri-captains for Wakefield suiting up tonight. We did not mention that their third tri-captain, Devin O'Brien, is actually not in uniform tonight. Looks like he was over on the bench standing in the line for the national anthem, but he won't be playing, so hopefully that makes Arlington's job a little bit easier.
Yeah, I would imagine for a visiting team like Wakefield, you know, usually your captains are amongst your best players, or at least your leaders, and for them to try to come in here to Arlington and play without one of their top players is going to make their task a bit more daunting, I'm sure. So it'll be James Gascoigne and Jack Shannon to jump it up to begin the game. Ponders and Warriors from the Kozlowski Gymnasium. Tip controlled by the Ponders, as I mentioned. Wakefield coming into tonight's game with a record of 4-7. They are 2-6 in the league. Ponders 9-2, 8-0 in the Middlesex League. And the Ponders, with that win over Woburn the other day, really put some distance between themselves and the rest of the pack as far as the Middlesex League is concerned, as the entry pass went into Gascoigne, and unable to make the layup, but he's fouled on the play.
Yeah, nice little play there. Wasco immediately, almost as if it was a touch pass, when he got the ball, just dumped it right into Gascoigne. They must have called that one out. I've been practicing that one.
First free throw is good for James. James had 15 in the Woburn win. And he knocks them both down. First 2 points of the game belong to James Gascoigne and the Ponders. Just underway here at the Kozlowski Gymnasium.
Got the patented Arlington full court pressure here. I love this.
Well,
that was close, 9 seconds or so.
Wakefield did everything they could to have to bring the ball up court. Now the up and under reverse layup is no good by Hinchy. Ponders back the other way. Here comes Don Black. Baseline drive. Kicks it to Nick Corrales in the corner. Nick's going to reset the offense up top to Ben Wasco. Looks like man-to-man defense for the Warriors.
Yeah, it was good defensive possession last time up the floor for them.
Bensley Joseph with a long three. No, he fights for his own rebound. Gets it. Cannot control it. Knocked it out of bounds.
And also a pretty good defensive possession there for Wakefield, forcing a long shot.
Looks like Bensley is wearing a wrap on that left ankle. He turned it in the first quarter of last week's game. Now on the pass from Benson Joseph to Nick Corrales is blocked from behind by Hinchy, I believe, got it for the Warriors. Now at the head of the pack is Ryan Marcus, no. Rebound far for Shannon, no. Looked like it might have been blocked by perhaps Ben Wasco in there.
Yep, some great D.
Don Black the other way. They go back inside to James. James going to have another easy two.
Nice seal there by James Gascoigne, and a timeout quickly here by Wakefield. Gascoigne sealed him, had plenty of space down there underneath the hoop. Put it in for the layup.
Out of Arlington's first 3 or so possessions, it looks like that has been a focal point, is going inside to James Gascoigne. And he's made Wakefield pay with the first 4 points of the ball game.
Yeah, and I would like to see what they're going to do, if they're going to make any sort of adjustments right here with this quick timeout, because they may have to play some sort of a trapping zone with him and double him a little bit if they're going to keep dumping it down to him, force the other players on Arlington to take some outside shots. I don't know. Otherwise, that's 2 possessions in a row where he's gotten an easy look at the basket.
Wakefield does not appear to be a physically imposing team, so this could be one of the games when Ben Wasco and James Gascoigne might be able to impose their will down low. As I've mentioned before, the scouting report on Arlington on Wasco and Gascoigne is just their relentless nature on the boards, and we'll see if they're able to use that to their advantage tonight.
You basically had a 5-man full-court press right there with all 5 defenders in the backcourt.
Wakefield does get it over the timeline, but as soon as they do, Nick Corrales is all over Andrew Miller.
Yeah, they're taking at least 7 seconds each time up the floor to get the ball over the court, or over the midline.
Three-pointer from the corner is no good by Hinchy. Don Black's going to go all the way back into Gascoigne. Again up hard, no, and again he draws another foul.
Yeah, through the first 2 minutes here, Arlington completely controlling the pace of this game.
And I think that's going to go against number 22, Jack Shannon. If it is, that will be his second. within the first 2 minutes of the game, that's going to be a problem for Wakefield. Gascoigne hits the first free throw. Well, a substitution for Wakefield, but not for Shannon. It will be number 24, Patrick Hannigan, and he replaces Max Hinchy.
I think Hinchy's going to actually stay in the game here. Oh, maybe not. He's going to look over towards the trainer's area.
All 6 Ponder points for James Gascoigne, 6-0, 2 minutes played, first quarter. Triple team there on the sideline. A good defensive play there by the Wakefield player, getting a hand in the passing lane. Otherwise, Dom Black was going to have an easy 3. It's a good non-call there by the official. Ball was deflected out of Dom's hand by a Wakefield player. He's allowed to drop that.
So I was thinking Hinchy was going to stay at the scorer's table there, but he didn't. He's actually looks like he's rolling his back on something over there. So I wonder if he got bumped a little bit.
Yeah, Arlington training staff and one of the assistant coaches for Wakefield over with Hinchy. Shot's no good, and ball's knocked out of bounds. Last touched by Marcus. It'll be Arlington ball.
And completely no pressure at all from Wakefield. Quickly realizing they can't stop Bensley in the backcourt like that.
Yeah, it looks like they're falling back into a 1-3-1 zone. Pass unable to be connected, and back the other way goes Wakefield for 2. Joseph Camillus Smith able to take advantage of that miscommunication by the Ponders.
Yeah, Bensley had his head down. I think he was thinking Don Black was going to come around the corner, and he didn't.
Bensley Joseph for 3, no. 6-2 Arlington, 5 minutes remaining first quarter. And outside, they're going to get Ben Wasco on a reach-in foul.
Yeah, impeding the progress a little bit there.
First on Ben, first on the team. 4:52 remaining first quarter, Ponders by 4. Three-point shot, no good by Hannigan. Bensley goes back inside. This time it's Wasco down low. If that was a pass or a shot that was blocked.
Deflected, yeah.
And now Nick Corrales will get called for a reach-in foul.
It's also possible that Ben was thinking he should dump it down to James and realized he was double teamed down there, so he couldn't. Sort of short-armed it.
More of a traditional man-to-man defense this time by Arlington. Camillus Smith, no. Putback is good by Ryan Marcus, his first points of the game.
So the first 2 minutes not good for Wakefield. The second 2 minutes here after that quick timeout looking much better. Nice ball movement.
Gascoigne inside, can't get it to go. No other Ponder has scored beside James so far, almost halfway through the first quarter.
Ben Wasco's got some great touch on his passes for a big man. That's got to go the other way.
That's a great defensive play by Ben Wasco, getting the position and picking up the player control foul against Wakefield.
Ben Wasco, in my opinion, has taken quite a big jump compared to the past couple of years. I think he's performing really highly this year. He's playing really well.
Well, obviously his teammates must feel the same way, being elected as a tri-captain.
Absolutely.
But Joey Pazia, number 21, comes into the game. He checks in for Ben Wasco, replaces him, and
the clock is out.
We lost power. And not the first time we've had technical difficulties over the years here at the TAWS.
I think that they might want to find a way to get another electrical outlet in here possibly, because the extension cord that they're running for this clock is the length of the court, or at least the length of the half court. And with all the people walking around behind the benches and stuff like that, I think sometimes they're tripping over this cord. So,
yep, the one good thing about this type of a clock is it usually resets to exactly where you're supposed to be. The only issue might be the 30-second shot clock. That's what the officials, I think, are probably discussing right now. But, of course, they changed the configuration of where the benches are and the stands over the last couple of years. The benches have been on that side probably for, 3 or 4 years now, maybe, I want to say?
Maybe even more than that.
Okay. Used to be directly in front of us, and they would have the stands across the way. And I think there was a better power source directly in front of us where we are. I think that's how it was originally designed. So now they have to run that long cord, as you mentioned, all the way to the wall. Shot missed by Wakefield. Another rebound for Dom Black. Ponders pushing the pace here. Bensley Joseph, a little pull-up. around and out. Rebound fought for it, comes down to Camellia Smith. Wakefield with a chance to tie or take the lead with a 3. And they're going to get Nick with a blocking foul, and if so, that'll be 2 on Nick. And of course, we've seen Coach Bola's philosophy over the years has been a player that picks up 2 fouls usually doesn't return for the rest of the half. Yep. We'll see if that's the case with Nick.
And it looked like he was planning on bringing Sam Swift in before the foul was called. He was already at the scorer's table, so I don't know if that was going to be the sub anyway, but he comes in for Nick now. We'll see if he comes back.
A nice little shot there by Joseph Camellia Smith with the up and under, and he ties the game at 6 with 3:18 remaining first quarter. It's like a 1-3-1 now for Wakefield.
They had to change something up.
Try to get it inside. Pass was stolen. And James Gascoigne reaches in and knocks it out of bounds.
Yeah, Joey forced that one a little bit.
Ponders have looked flat this last couple of 3 minutes. It was allowed Wakefield to tie this game. Arlington once led 6-0. It's now 6-6. Wakefield with a legitimate chance to take the lead right now.
That's a tough one there. He's lost the ball out of bounds.
The pass was a little bit behind Camellia Smith, but I think that's one he probably could have handled.
Ooh, that's a bet.
Almost stolen by Wakefield. Andrew Miller went for that steal, didn't get it.
He was reading it the whole way.
14 on the shot clock. 2:32 first quarter.
Someone's going to have to shoot this ball. Here we go.
Inside of 10, here goes Bensley strong to the basket. Official declares that no, Arlington got a reset on the shot clock. They shouldn't have, but doesn't matter. Joey Pazia scores anyway. I think Arlington might have scored within the allotted time anyway, but the shot clock had been down within 10 when Bensley took his shot, so.
Go with that. Nice job.
Here's Don Black. He's going to have his first points of the night, and he does.
Nice job by Pazia to track that thing down and get it up quick.
It's a little 4-0 run here by the Ponders. Change the momentum back in their favor. They lead at 10-6 under 2 minutes remaining first quarter.
It's funny what they can do when they make a basket and then turn on that full court press. They can go on a quick run here. A couple baskets in a row, and all of a sudden they've got a good lead again.
Now on a pass off, they're going to get Bensley Joseph for that foul. First on Bensley, 4th on the team. And Quinn Bayers, number 25, checks into the Warrior lineup, places Andrew Miller. Spin move, kick out pass. Warriors do a nice job working the ball around. Little floater. That's what they result in. Ball's tied up for a moment. They don't go with the held ball.
I don't know. Yep.
And now, I guess in the ensuing action, Don Black going for the block will be called for the foul.
So I look over at the Arlington bench here, and Coach Jack Woods is screaming out, call out the screens and stuff like that, and it got me thinking. I wonder how big Coach Brad Simpson's coaching tree is. How many assistants do you think he's gone through in 31 years as a varsity head coach? 31
years as the varsity coach, 48 overall. We mentioned that at the beginning of the telecast. Amazing. So this is Ryan Marcus hitting 1 of 2 free throws. It's only been Marcus and Camellia Smith scoring for the Warriors. 10-7 coming up on the final minute of the quarter. Ball knocked out of bounds by Wakefield. It will remain Arlington ball.
Wakefield is doing a really good job with this zone at this point. They're making Arlington force the ball around the perimeter and making them take bad shots. They're deflecting some passes. They've definitely stepped up their defense since that early timeout.
Sam Swift, number 24. And that's a couple times now. Yep. Don Black for 3, and he's got it.
All right, let's get him going. That's twice now that Andrew Miller's tried to, that's got to be on Don. Jumped right into the player. But twice now that Miller's tried to pick off a pass on the swing there, and he's almost gotten it. Third time might be the charm. They got to be careful with that.
Yeah, Dom picks up his second. He'll go to the bench, and number 22, Stephen McGilvery, will check into the lineup. And again, we'll be curious to see whether Dom and or Nick Corrales come back into the game with those 2 first-half fouls. The other night, I think it was it was Ben Wasco picked up 2 in the first quarter, and he did not play for the remainder of the first half. So see how Coach Bowler plays this one tonight. Ponders lead at 13-7. 33 seconds in the quarter, 13 on the shot clock. Little pull-up jump shot around and out for Miller. Ponders can hold for a final shot should they choose. Coming up on 15 seconds remaining in the quarter. Bensley to the hole, hard, no. Goes hard to the ground as well. He's fouled on the play. He'll go to the line for 2.
Nice drive by Bensley. He was strong, but you're right. He did hit the floor really hard. You can hear that one up here.
They're going to get Andrew Miller on that foul, his second.
All right, maybe they won't have to worry about him jumping passes anymore. For a little while anyway. Yep,
and Coach Simpson will do the same. He will take Miller out with those 2 fouls, and he's replaced by number 15, Michael O'Keefe. Bensley just picked up his first point of the night from the free throw line. Knocks them both down. 15-7 Arlington. Now the ball is out of bounds. Let's see if it was touched by a Ponder.
I thought it might have been.
They do not. They say no. Nope, it's going to be Arlington ball.
All right.
Well, 0.3 of a second. Arlington can catch and shoot. I don't know if they're going to get anything off. They're just going to elect not to even bother taking the shot.
Well, nice little run there at the end, so I don't blame them for getting to the bench and taking a rest and getting back out there and turning it on again.
Yeah, when all is said and done, the Ponders will take an 8-point lead into the first quarter intermission, 15-7. You know, you get the feeling that they're not really playing that well, and Wakefield kind of hung around there for a bit, but when all is said and done, you lead by 8 after 1. It's a good position to be in.
Yep, and that's all it takes is they get a bucket, they put the full court press on, and they get a turnover, and then whether they get another bucket right after that or not, it sort of kills any momentum that Wakefield had. So it's a good strategy against a team that they should be able to beat, and I think they showed that here in the first quarter. If they just continue to play their game, they'll come out on top in this one. Yeah,
the zone, the 1-3-1 zone gave Arlington a little bit of difficulty, I think, in the first quarter, but overall they were able to manage 15 points with Bensley Joseph, 2 points. James Gascoigne had the first 6 of the game for the Ponders. Dom Black with 5, but he is saddled with 2 personal fouls, and Joey Pazzi has the other 2 points for the Spy Ponders. For Wakefield, they only had scoring from 2 players. Number 5, Ryan Marcus, had 3 first quarter points, and number 11, Joseph Carmelia Smith, had 4 in the first quarter. Wakefield ball to begin the second quarter on the alternating possession rule. Arlington with the same 5 in there that ended the first quarter. Joey Pazia, Stephen McGilvery, Sam Swift, Bensley Joseph, and James Gascoigne.
Oh, nice steal.
He's picked that one right out of midair.
Yep.
And he's going to go all the way to the basket and lay it in.
Beautiful defensive play and finish by Bensley Joseph there. Good pressure in the backcourt, too.
Again, just barely getting it over the timeline in time. Used about 9 seconds that time, I think.
We've done that a couple times, 7, 8, 9 seconds in the backcourt, and that's tough to gain momentum getting into the front court and getting a good shot off.
Thought Sam had a chance to pick that one off. 3 on the shot clock. They're going to have to launch the shot. Wakefield no good. That's number 32, Jack Matuszewski.
And they didn't even get the ball below the 3-point line in that possession, so that was excellent defense by the Ponders.
Here comes Benson. He's going to turn. He's going to spin. He's going to miss. Wakefield back the other way. 24, Patrick Hannigan. There's number 5, Ryan Marcus. Nice inside pass, and the layup goes in.
Just about to say, keep the ball on the perimeter, and they find a way to get Matuszewski open down low for a layup.
Like back to the 1-3-1 for the Warriors. 17-9 Ponders, 6.5 minutes remaining first half. They had Bensley open, wide open in the corner for 3, around and out. I'm surprised Wakefield left him so unattended in the corner there.
Well, he double-teamed Joey Pazzi, and he did a good job to get the ball over there. Got to take that shot, so don't blame him.
Baseline shot, no good by Wakefield, but Steve McGilvery was there for the rebound, had it knocked out of his hand by Wakefield. It'll be Arlington ball. Checking into the lineup for the Ponders, junior guard number 4, Will Clifford. And he replaces Joey Pazia. So Clifford will get some first half minutes with the Corrales and Dom Black foul situation. Gascoigne, quiet since the beginning of the first quarter. He had the first 6 for the Ponders. He's going to take a 3. Shot is no good. Rebound for Ryan Marcus. Under 6 minutes remaining second quarter. Ponders by 8. Arlington now with 16 fouls, so Wakefield will be in the bonus for the remainder of the half. Nice little drive and pull-up shot there by Camelia Smith. 17-11 Arlington. 5.5 to go, first half.
And I don't know if it's the zone that's really still giving them problems. Their offense just doesn't really look that fluid right now. Wakefield is doing a good job, but that's a nice little play to find an open shot in the lane.
Yeah, Will Clifford flashed to the foul line and received the pass and took the little foul line jump shot, but good-looking offense there by the Ponder. It seemed like the Ponder offense is really spread out against that zone, really out here in the perimeter. 5 minutes remaining first half. Ponders by 6.
Arlington's been going with a little bit of a zone as well here as we get a traveling call going the other way. But it's almost as if they're playing like a 2-2 zone, and Bensley Joseph sort of roaming around, playing a little bit of man, it seems, switching on and off the guys for the past couple possessions. I'm not sure if that's by design or if he's kind of doing that on his own.
Substitutions for the Ponders. Dom Black will come back in the first half with the 2 fouls. Ben Wasco also checks back into the Arlington lineup. Gascoigne will get his first rest of the evening. And also Sam Swift out of the Arlington lineup. Here's Clifford. Got bottled up inside the zone. There's Dom Black. I thought he might have just taken that little shot. Said he kicked it outside of Joseph. Joseph switched to the right hand in midair. Then Wasco there for the rebound. Count the basket. And he'll go to the line with a chance for a 3-point play.
Wasco's strength has improved for sure. He definitely put some work in the offseason. This kid's playing great this year.
Some really unselfish ball there by the Ponders, but how about that shot by Bensley Joseph? Went up in the air, switched hands, took the shot right-handed. Didn't make it, but still an impressive athletic move. Wasco completes the 3-point play, his first points of the game, and it's now 19-11 Arlington, approaching the halfway point of the second quarter. You see that Arlington zone really moving in unison as Wakefield tries to work the ball around, and I just don't want Arlington to pick up a foul here with only 3 seconds on the shot clock. Wakefield has to take the shot.
Yeah, that was some great defensive intensity there with that zone.
Will Clifford with the rebound. Bensley Joseph to the basket. Spins out. McGilvery fights for it. They're going to have a held ball, and I believe on the alternating possession rule, it will be Arlington ball.
It's going to stay right here. As we see Andrew Miller back into the game for Wakefield, so Coach Simpson apparently doesn't have the same rule as Coach Bowler with the 2 fouls, but Miller was giving them problems on the top of the key there defensively, so we'll see how this goes.
Inside to Ben Wasco, who's got a height advantage there, didn't get it to go, follows it up and scores.
Some great control for the first shot for him to just keep possession and then get that ball back on the offensive rebound. Nice job by Wasco again.
5 for the senior tri-captain. Ponders have now doubled up the Warriors. It's 22-11 Arlington.
Oh, here we go.
Steal Dom Black. Going hard to the basket. Lays it up and in.
Dom Black, one of the better finishers on this team when he gets in the open court like that.
7 for Dom. I thought Wakefield may have taken a timeout after that when they elect not to. They face their largest deficit of the night so far. It's 24-11 Arlington, coming up on 3 minutes remaining in the quarter.
Well, Coach Simpson had been behind the bench for a little while. Now he's out at center court, so you might be right about that timeout. It could be coming.
Number 20, Trevor Noble, had checked into the Warrior lineup. And the 3-point shot there is good by number 15, Michael O'Keefe.
Well, they needed that one, so hanging around here, down 10.
24-14, 2:41 remaining first half. Inside to McGilvery. Might have got away with a little walk there.
So. And he's going to get this one here, though. Yeah, I don't know if the ref realized he missed the first one and then called it on the second one, which I don't think was completely a travel, but either way, he got it.
Bottom line is it'll be Warrior ball, and Coach Bowler takes the timeout, his first timeout of the game. So 2:33 remaining first half. Arlington leads it 24-14. On the injury front for the Spy Pond, as you mentioned, Bensley Joseph had turned his ankle, but of course he came back in the Belmont game and finished the game strong. I believe that Adrian Black is back. He had a finger issue for a while, so he is dressed and ready to play tonight if needed. And as far as Brendan McNamara, the freshman, they're looking at an early February return for him. He's had a knee issue, and I was talking to the Arlington coaching staff before the game, and they're looking forward to him coming back early in February. But I'm just wondering, at that point, he will have not played for so long. I'm wondering if he'll really be able to help the team out this year, because he'll be getting back into his playing shape, and the rotation at that point is kind of set for the team. And it'll be interesting to see what, if any, contribution they can get from Brendan when he comes back from his injury.
It'll still be great to have him back in practice, I'm sure.
Absolutely. This time Wakefield does get it over the timeline, resulting in a little baseline floater by Andrew Miller.
Yep, they broke the press that time. Oh,
that's backcourt.
Over and back. I don't know.
Sure is.
It's a couple times there's been a little bit of a miscommunication right after they get over the half-court line by the Ponders. Bensley's been involved both times, one on the receiving end, one on the passing end. So,
Wakefield hanging around, 24-16, coming up on 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Bensley knocked that out of Noble's hand and out of bounds. It will remain Wakefield ball. 2:04 in the quarter, 20 on the shot clock for the Warriors. On the shot clock.
The ball's out on the perimeter again. Here we go. Good D.
3-point shot from the corner is good. So back-to-back hoops from Andrew Miller. And the Ponder lead is cut in half. A 2-point layup and a 3-point shot for Miller, and he halves the Arlington lead from 10 down to 5.
Good D on the perimeter there until they lost him in the corner. Oh, boy. I wasn't looking down there, but I'm not going to question it. Bensley's not questioning it.
And for Bensley, that will be his second foul. So Nick Corrales, Bensley Joseph, and Dom Black now all saddled with 2 first-half personal fouls. Joseph does not come out of the game. And now Wakefield's forced to call a timeout. The Arlington defense not allowing the Wakefield player to inbound the ball. 1:35 remaining, first half.
It'll be interesting to see if Coach Bowler takes Bensley out now that they've got him over on the bench already with those 2 fouls.
Well, the thing that makes it tricky is, of course, he's needed in the lineup, but he's so aggressive defensively, you really have to be nervous that if they go to the press, which they usually do, if he gets called for a little ticky-tack reach-in foul trying to play defense, and he picks up number 3, that would really be a problem.
Right, and that's why the philosophy is so sound as far as Coach Bowler is concerned. With only 5 fouls in the high school game here, you never know what the refs are going to call towards the end of the game if things start getting chippy. And
you hate refs, don't you?
No, I don't hate them.
You hate refs. You said, yeah.
No. I don't hate refs, Don. I'm not trying to knock them, because oftentimes the calls are right, and they do need to take control and say, listen, this is not going to get into that situation. And so players need to be careful when it gets towards the end of games and things like that. And it's just a known fact. It's not anything against referees.
I think there is. There's a double team by Arlington. So even that, Don Black goes for that steal. If he accidentally hits the player's arm, bang, foul number 3, just like that. So Arlington's going to have to be careful in this final minute and a half. 2 players out there with 2 fouls. 15 on the shot clock for the Warriors. A little spin moving in the lane is no good. Noble had the rebound for the Warriors, but he lost control of it. Arlington looking to go the other way.
See, Don, these refs are honorable men. They are people that want to get through their job and do it right. Not like those NBA refs. Those are the guys that you need to look out for.
Yeah, they are. A little up and under there. No for Miller. And with under a minute remaining in the first half, Don Black's going to take a long three. It's a little short. There's about an 18-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock, so Warriors cannot hold for a final shot.
Yeah, I feel like Don Black's shot was a 2-for-1 situation.
Yes,
almost. Yeah.
I think you're right.
He wanted to get that one in and have another one.
A little drive and a left-hander off the window is a nice move by Michael O'Keefe for the Warriors. And all of a sudden, the Warriors find themselves down by 3. Shot clock is off. Let's see if Arlington holds for a final shot. Again, almost a steal in the passing lane by the Warriors. Now the ball is kicked out of bounds by Wakefield. It will remain Arlington ball. So a nice little 7-0 run here by the Warriors has cut was once an Arlington 10-point lead down to 3. I believe Arlington's largest lead of the game was 11. And Andrew Miller will go out of the Wakefield lineup with those 2 fouls. Coach Simpson doesn't want to see him pick up his 3rd. Pazia, a nice little pass inside of James Gascoigne avoids the contact and lays it in.
That was a great little pass.
7 seconds remaining in the half. Ponders by 5. And a carrying violation will be called against Wakefield.
Great call, ref.
With 2 seconds remaining in the quarter, Arlington with a realistic shot at getting off a final shot here. Go inside to James. Oh my goodness, they got a beautiful shot off and it didn't go. So as much as James was challenged by, it looked like as many as 3 Wakefield players, he was able to get a pretty good look at that. And a nice entry play by the Ponders with only 2 seconds left in the half.
Good stuff, a little bit of misdirection. I didn't think it was going right to James down on the baseline down there, but they found a way. They got a good look.
So the Warriors outscore the Ponders by a tune of 14-11 here in the second quarter. Arlington led by 8 after 1. They lead by 5 at the half. The score at the end of the first half, Arlington 26, Wakefield 21. And Matt and I will be back with the second half action. And we're back with second half action. Don Phelan, Matt Rury, and Kevin Wetmore behind the camera. Spy Pond is leading at 26-21. I think we expected it to be a little bit of an easier game for the Ponders, but Wakefield doing a nice job hanging around here in the first half, Matt.
Yeah, that's the last time that I say the Ponders are going to have their way with a team because of a record. As I said off the top, you got to play the game for a reason, and unfortunately, Arlington did not come out as strong as we expected them to. But hopefully Coach Bowler gave them a talking to in the locker room at halftime, and they come out stronger this third quarter.
Arlington was led in the first half. James Gascoigne had 8 points, Don Black with 7. But the offense seemed to sputter a little bit against the different defenses by the Warriors. I think Coach Simpson, in his 31st year at the helm of the Warriors, has done a nice job mixing and matching and trying to keep Arlington off balance a little bit. At Wakefield, absolutely at no point even thought about pressing the Ponders, but kind of packed it in on them and really daring Arlington to shoot. And Arlington did not really, I don't know if they made a three-pointer in the first. I think Don Black had 1 three-pointer, but Arlington not really going to the outside shot so far tonight.
No, they have definitely not been. Even though they're working the ball around the perimeter quite a bit against that zone, they've been finding James Gascoigne on the block. They found Wasco down there a couple times, and they've gotten a couple of mid-range jumpers in the lane. So they're finding other ways to score other than the three-point shot. But they have been known to score more in the past. So I'll be looking for them to try and get some more open shots in the second half.
Spy Ponders will start in the second half, the same 5 that began the game for them. Number 0, Nick Corrales. Number 30, Bensley Joseph. Number 20, Don Black. Number 23, Ben Wasco. And number 14, James Gascoigne. The Warriors will also start the same 5 that began the game for them. This is Andrew Miller, number 3. This is number 1, Max Hinchy. Now, Hinchy, remember, came out of the game in the first half with what appeared to be a back issue, and he did not return, but he is here to begin the third quarter for the Warriors.
Yeah, he must have gotten maybe a little treatment in the locker room and got a little bit of a rest, and he's back out there.
So it's Hinchy, number 3, Andrew Miller, number 5, Ryan Marcus, number 11, Joseph Camellia Smith, who led the Warriors with 6 first-half points, and number 22, Jack Shannon. A little up and under move for Don Black. Couldn't get it to go.
Thought he might have gotten away with the travel there for a second. It looked like he was about to slide that pivot foot.
Arlington in man-to-man defense to begin the third quarter.
Good D.
A little deflection there by Don Black prevented that pass from going into the corner. 8 on the shot clock.
More good D. Force it around.
Wakefield's going to have to take a shot. They force up a three-pointer from the corner. No good.
Great defense. Now they've got a 2-on-1.
Nick Corrales ahead of the pack. Dumps it to Bensley Joseph. He lays it in. Count the basket. He'll go to the line with a chance for a three-point play.
Bensley the trailer on that play, as Wakefield sort of got back on defense against Gascoigne, who's also running.
Foul goes against Shannon. As I mentioned, he had 2 first-half fouls. He picks up number 3 rather quickly here in the third quarter. And that's going to be a case, too, where if you're Shannon for Wakefield and you're coming over, if you're going to foul him, you may as well hammer him, because to commit foul number 3 and allow the basket as well is double jeopardy, really.
Putting yourself in a tough spot. Just lost it. Ooh, maybe not.
I guess they are saying that Dom got a hand on that one, knocked it out of bounds. Remains Wakefield ball, 15 seconds on the shot clock, 6:33, third quarter. Ponders by 7. Wakefield had a tough time getting it in, but when they did, they almost had an easy layup. But Hinchy unable to haul that pass in. Miller misses a three-pointer, but he follows his own shot and lays it in.
Yeah, it looks like James had to control that rebound, and Miller snuck up behind him and knocked it away.
Yeah, Miller never quit on that, and ends up at the 2. Now the official had something to say to fans in the front row. Very interesting. Bensley fakes, drives, pull-up shot, floats it in.
Nicely done.
8 for the sophomore, tying James Gascoigne for high point honors for the Ponders. Arlington leads at 30-23, 5:48 remaining third quarter.
Here we go.
Here's Nick Corrales ahead of the pack on the turnover by the Ponders, and he lays it in.
A little bump after the play there, and timeout by Coach Bowler, maybe to talk to the ref about what happened on that play, as Corrales was basically run into by the defender.
Yeah, Nick was ahead of the pack. He laid it in. I turned my head away, actually, to mark the points down on the score sheet. Next thing I know, he's down on the ground, so I didn't really see what happened and whether it was worthy of a foul.
Well, I guess I would need some clarification on the rule. If the ball goes in and then the foul is committed, is it not a foul?
It could be. Yeah, and actually that could almost be a best case scenario for Arlington, because then it wouldn't be part of the play anymore. It would be Arlington ball, and Arlington would be able to run their offense. It wouldn't just be a situation where Nick would just get one free throw. It would be Arlington ball if that's what they determined.
Right, so it almost looked like the ball had gone in, and the ref made sort of this motion from the bottom up, and I've never seen it before,
yeah, I caught the end of that, and I did not know what that signal meant.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure Coach Bowler was satisfied with the explanation.
Coach Bowler takes his second timeout. Wakefield also charged with 2 first-half timeouts. Arlington back up by 10. Wakefield's been held to 2 points here in the first 2.5 minutes of the third quarter. Shot missed from the corner by Shannon. Wasco with another rebound for Arlington. Wasco, I thought he was going to take that 3. Said Bensley's going to pass it back out to Dom. Baseline drive. Arlington really working the ball around. I think every member of the team, except for maybe James that particular time, touched the ball offensively.
Yeah, they had a couple times where it looked like they had a shot.
Yep. Unselfish play. Now it goes inside to James. He spins. He goes hard to the glass. No.
Got to go right back up. Nope.
And now Wakefield player all tied up there in the corner, and finally a foul committed by Arlington. That's going to go against James Gascoigne. If it is, I think that's just his first. First on the team. 4:55 remaining. And that's a violation right there. And wrong signal made by the official there. That's not a traveling violation. That is just a inbounding violation committed by Wakefield.
So maybe he's just making up his own signals down there. That's 2 that we're confused by anyway.
Gascoigne has to throw it up, gets the basket, and he'll go to the line with a chance for a 3-point play.
Nice spin on that ball. Strong move to the hoop. And the finish, all of a sudden, Arlington's up 12.
And that foul goes against Shannon. Picks up his 4th, and he'll go to the bench, replaced by number 15, Michael O'Keefe. Gascoigne in double figures now. Has a chance to complete a 3-point play. He does not. There's Ben Wasco with the putback. No, Gascoigne, count it. and he'll go back to the line with another chance for a three-point play.
Nice job following his own free throw there after Wasco missed the first putback.
O'Keefe picks up the foul, his first, third on the team. Arlington starting to pull away here now with a strong early effort here in the third quarter. Gascoigne does complete the three-point play. He has a baker's dozen. Well, this time Wakefield does a nice job breaking the press. Looked like they had a 3-on-1, but they slowed it up. End up with a three-point attempt from the corner. No good. And Gascoigne will be called for a reach and foul.
Yeah, it looked like Wakefield was about to get another good look there, but Gascoigne stopped the play.
2 quick fouls for James here in the third quarter. Second on Arlington, 4.5 minutes remaining third quarter. Arlington up 15, it's 38-23. Little spin move, we've seen that spin move a few times by Camellia Smith, and he makes the shot.
Nifty little move against Don Black.
8 points for Camellia Smith. Gascoigne spins and has an easy
He's
2.
He's so good with the footwork down there on the baseline there, Don.
15 for James. Oh,
nice
little move.
fake,
Yeah, that was a beautiful little ball fake there by Miller. Lays it in.
And we're going to get an inbounding violation on Wasco here. Stepping over the line before he passed it in.
The official explaining it to Ben. You can step on the line, just can't step over it. Bet you didn't know that one.
I didn't. I would have assumed that stepping on the line would be a violation as well.
No, sir.
Thank you, Don.
You're welcome.
Best ref I've ever met.
They go inside. Gascoigne knocks it out of bounds. And now Joey Pazzi, number 21, will replace Ben Wasco. Three-point shot in the corner is good by Ryan Marcus. 6 for Marcus, and again, just when you think Arlington's pulling away, Wakefield makes a little run, gets it down to 10, 40-30, coming up on 3.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Bensley Joseph for 3, no good. Gascoigne's there for the rebound. They just don't have anybody physically that can match up with him right now, especially with Shannon, probably the only one that can do it, saddled with 4 fouls.
Yep, not even close on the rebounding down there. He's just stronger than everybody on Wakefield, it seems.
Ryan Marcus, number 5, picks up the foul, his first, 4th on the team. First free throw, nothing but net for James. 16 now on the evening for the junior forward. 1 of 2. That one just cruelly rolled around and out. Wakefield unable to come up with that defensive rebound, knocked out of bounds by them. Camellia Smith asking the official for an explanation, but Arlington inbounds the ball. There's Gascoigne off the window high, no good. That one clearly Arlington's ball.
Another strong drive to the hoop by Gascoigne there. Those are going to fall more often than not.
It's Camellia Smith now matched up. Gascoigne makes the fake, spins with the reverse spin, is beautiful and lays it in.
Just like that one. They're going to fall more often than not when he gets to the hoop. Oh, yeah.
A held ball is called, and on the alternating possession rule, it'll be Spy Ponder ball.
Great defense on the trap again.
3:11 remaining third quarter. Arlington back up by 13. Don Black fakes, window,
Nifty.
good.
Nifty post moves by everybody on the Ponders today. We're going to get a timeout by Wakefield.
Yeah, it's just been unfair the last few possessions for the Ponders down low, whether it be the moves by the individual players or the follow-ups on the rebounds. And now we have a discussion here at midcourt with Coach Simpson and one of the officials. And now I'm wondering if that timeout was more for... We've seen both coaches now use a timeout to get an explanation from an official. And I'm not sure what this is all about.
Yeah, this guy's having a tough game tonight. He's getting like an earful from both coaches.
And, you know, again, to be quite honest with you, this is really something that's not supposed to be allowed, to have the head coach on the floor at midcourt during a timeout discussing things with the official. But they seem to have cleared it up. They both kind of chuckle as they walk away, and Coach Simpson goes back to his huddle. And got to really trust your assistant coaches at that point. If you're going to spend the whole time talking to the officials, you need your assistant coaches to really talk about what the real issue is, which is a 15-point deficit. Now they've got...
I was going to say, now the refs are explaining something to the Spy Ponder players, and I'm not sure who they're talking about, but maybe they're looking at Joey Pazia right now for blood or something.
Yeah, it's the only thing I can think of.
He needs a new jersey, I think, or a Band-Aid or something. Now he's going over to the trainers. Little play-by-play on the injury update here.
And it's resulted in an awful long timeout. Wakefield got the benefit of that, because then Coach Simpson was able to go back into his huddle and do some actual coaching.
Yep. They're going to make him come out, so instead we're going to see Max McCursey. It's the first time we've seen him tonight, I believe.
That's true. They list him as a guard, but he's pretty tall.
Yes, he is. Growth spurt.
Benson got a hand on that. Wakefield able to hold on to it. 15 on the shot clock, 2:46. Third quarter, Arlington by 15. Three-point shot is short. Ball was knocked out of Dom's hand. It was a nice play by Carmelia Smith, but when he saved it, it ended up hitting the end line, so it will be Arlington ball. .232 remaining third quarter. Bensley, that's a travel, and he gets called for it.
I was hoping it was going to be a tie-up, but the defender definitely didn't have control of that ball nearly long enough.
That's a bad place to inbound the ball for Wakefield, but they actually do a nice job getting it over. Here's Carmelia Smith, and Dom just decides to let him go rather than picking up that third foul, and Carmelia Smith lays it in.
Honors right back to it, though. James, the spin moves tonight.
Ooh. Nick Corrales for three.
Nice shot.
Ponders answer the Wakefield basket with a basket of their own, and they increase the lead to 16 points. I believe that is their largest lead of the game to this point. 48-32, under 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Nice little baseline pass there. Oh, McCursey came over, couldn't get it. Couldn't get the block. I thought he had it for sure.
Looked like it.
But Miller got the basket. 11 for Miller.
Pull-up jumper by Corrales is no good. We would like to see a better shot selection there. Oh, good D.
Oh, good pass.
Yep.
On the baseline, lay it up. No, they're going to get McCursey on the foul.
It's a couple times in a row now that Wakefield has had a guy sort of leaking there on the baseline, finding his way to the hoop, uncontested.
The result will be Ryan Marcus at the line for two. Foul against Max McCursey, his first, third on the team. Wakefield with 4 third quarter fouls. And Marcus hits the first free throw.
Joey Pazia back into the game. Got himself cleaned up there.
2 free throws for the sophomore Ryan Marcus. He's been impressive here tonight with 8 points for a sophomore. And the Ponders lead it by a dozen. Minute 20 to go, third quarter. Good defense there by Wakefield, but it doesn't result in anything but a basket for Joey Pazia. A tough break there for the Warriors. They deflected that pass, but the loose ball went right to Joey Pazia, who was able to convert.
Wakefield doing a much better job in the second half of breaking the press. We got a travel here, nicely done. Good D by James Gascoigne.
Yeah, it looked like James might have had a hand around the Wakefield shoulder, but they get the traveling. No question he traveled. It's a matter of if he got fouled into the travel. Bensley Joseph's long three, no good. Wakefield down 14. Nice job going through the double team for number 25. That was Quinn Bayers. Beautiful move by Quinn Bayers, the sophomore guard. And another backcourt violation by Arlington. And as you mentioned earlier, that's three times now that Arlington's had a mid-court problem, and it's resulted in 3 turnovers.
I'm not trying to point fingers, but Bensley's been involved in each one of them, so I don't know.
I think Dom has 2.
Two. He had 2 out of them. Corrales was the other.
But, yes.
But these guys need to talk. These guys need to communicate a little bit better.
So the shot clock is off. Arlington leads by 12. See if Wakefield holds for a final shot. A 3-pointer would get it under that double-digit margin that teams like to do going into the fourth quarter. Hasn't been a lot of 3-point shooting by Wakefield tonight.
Great defensive possession so
this
far.
Time the 3-pointer will be taken. It's no good. They took it with enough time that they can get another shot off. Now inside, flipping it up and in, is Patrick Hannigan. Long shot by Dom at the end of the quarter is no good. And that will be the end of the third quarter. So again, a couple times Arlington got the lead to 15, maybe 16. Wakefield got it down to 10, back to 15, back and forth, and 10-point game. I like Arlington's chances, but good for Wakefield for hanging around and keeping it within 10 points heading into the fourth quarter.
I like their chances too, but you can't have those lazy turnovers that we've seen a few times tonight, and you can't be having some breakdowns on defense, as we've seen a couple times as well, just letting guys leak to the basket. So I expect John Bowler to get these guys on the right track, and they'll close this one out in the fourth.
A very high-scoring third quarter. Arlington scored 24 third-quarter points, so good to see their offense coming alive. But defensively for Arlington, one of their worst quarters I've seen in quite some time. They allowed 19 third-quarter points.
It's interesting because it's almost like both teams are playing towards each other. Wakefield's playing a little bit above their potential, or what people expected their potential to be coming in. Arlington might be playing down a little bit, but they do have a 10-point lead. They still need to focus and play well. Otherwise, they may find themselves in a really close game towards the end of it.
And fortunately for Wakefield, they have the old situation where they scored at the end of the third quarter and then get the ball to begin the fourth quarter on the alternating possession rule. So a chance to immediately get this under 10 points early on in the fourth quarter. A nice drive. No, it rolls out for Quinn Bayers. Bayers will go to the line for 2 shots. I think that's going to go against Bensley Joseph. That'll be his third. Fourth on the team.
Bayers is quick.
Yeah, he was stride for stride with Bensley Joseph there. First free throw is good.
Bensley's going to take a seat here for at least a couple of minutes.
Sam Swift replaces him in the Arlington lineup, number 24. Both free throws good by Bears. Sparked the team with their last 4 points off the bench for Bears, a sophomore. Again, the Ponder offense really far outside against this Wakefield zone.
Yeah, they're just doing this, running a guy up and down the baseline, 2 guys trying to get open in the post. It's not really working on this possession. Here we go.
Corrales will go up and under. Can't spin it home, but he's fouled on the play.
I'll be interested to see what Coach Bowler says about approaching this zone, and if he tries to run some more wrinkles towards the end of this game besides what we just saw there. That one took a while to develop.
Yeah. First free throw good by Nick Corrales. He has 6 points on the evening. Make it 7. Gets the Arlington lead back up to 10, 52-42. 7:24 remaining in the fourth quarter. Good job there again by Wakefield breaking the press. Camilla Smith tries the floater and he hits. 13 for the senior tri-captain Joseph Carmelia Smith.
Again, slow developing on the offensive end here for the Spy Ponders.
7 on the shot clock. Nick, baseline drive, flipped it up with the left hand. No. James follows.
Nice
no.
job.
Follows again. No. Keeps working for it. Comes to Nick Corrales. Dumps it down low to Joey Pazia. They're going to get Joey for a traveling violation.
Yeah, he shuffled his feet before he put the ball down. But that was a nice job by James Gascoigne to at least hit the rim and then keep the ball alive as the shot clock was winding down.
Trap in the corner for Arlington.
Nice job.
Results in a steal for the Ponders. Sam Swift lays it in.
Perfectly done. Sam Swift sealed the offensive player basically on the baseline as if he was trying to post him up and got the steal.
Here comes Wakefield back the other way trying to answer. Up and under is good for Andrew Miller. We're going back and forth here, 54-46. Ponders by just 8. Miller has 13.
Nice job. I like that little pop into the lane with a mid-range jumper there for James Gascoigne.
Gascoigne now with 20. Ponders back up by 10. 6 minutes remaining, fourth quarter. A good fake there by number 24. Hannigan got James up off his feet, and James Gascoigne will pick up the foul.
Definitely a foul, but also a good job by James to get his other hand on the ball and make sure that no shot even went up.
For James, that is his 3rd foul, 5th on the team. And Patrick Hannigan hits the first free throw. Gascoigne and Corrales out of the Arlington lineup. Wasco and Joseph back in. Free throw is good. So Wakefield's starting to get some contributions from their bench people. They've had 4 people come off the bench to score.
And that was Andrew Miller knocking away another perimeter pass. He's been reading those things well all night.
Inside, oh, beautiful passing there by Arlington and a lay-in for Ben Wasco.
Everybody touched it on that possession with the touch pass by Joey Pazia.
Assist to Pazia, basket for Wasco. Foul now by Arlington. Going to be on Dom, his 3rd. 6th on the team. So Arlington now will be in the penalty for the remainder of the game. Wakefield with 5 second-half team fouls. They have 1 more to give. So I think this final 5.5 minutes is probably going to feature some free throw shooting. Arlington by 10.
I've seen a few touch passes by Arlington tonight, and to me, Don, that shows that they trust each other to be where they expect each other to be.
Right.
And that they're always paying attention, too.
Now Wakefield comes up with an empty possession that time.
Nice crossover by Don Black.
Hangs high in the air. With the hesitation, that was just enough to allow, if you will, the Wakefield player to commit the foul. Goes against Patrick Hannigan, his 1st. So that is now team foul number 6 for Wakefield. So as I mentioned, now both teams will be in the bonus for the duration of the game. Dom hits the first free throw. Ponder lead back up to 11, 59-48. And both free throws for Dom.
Another good trap. Oh, got a foul.
Yeah, well,
Coach Bohr wanted the out-of-bounds call, but I think the bump was correct.
Yeah, Arlington had good position on that. What kind of made it into a funky play was the Wakefield player went the wrong way towards his own defensive basket. And just because of the weirdness of the play, it caused Arlington, who were in good defensive position, to commit a foul that I don't think they would have committed had he gone the correct way. So, a break there for Wakefield. Ben Wasco picks up the foul, his 2nd. Arlington over the limit. And the first free throw is good for Bears. One of 2 for the sophomore guard, Quinn Bayers. Arlington by 11, 4:45 remaining in the contest. And good ball movement by Arlington. Inside to James Gascoigne. Fakes, comes up, under, and in.
And his footwork, again, is just so good down there. He never travels on the baseline, it seems, and he just always finds a way to the hoop. Tonight, anyway, it's excellent. Good steal.
Yeah, I think this is his best offensive performance, at least in home games that we've seen. He's got 22. That's a 2-point shot, goes high off the backboard, no good. And coming up on the halfway point of the fourth quarter, Arlington now fairly comfortably up by 13.
Yep, it looks like they're going to take their time consciously on offense now. What a pass. Oh.
Ooh, Ben Wasco missed it, and he fell and hit his head on the floor. Let's see if he's okay. What a defensive play by Dom Black. Ben still looks like he's a little shaken up.
Yeah, he says, don't give me the ball.
He's like wincing, and if I'm Arlington, I might want to take a look at Ben.
Definitely, I don't know if it was the floor or the other player's knee or what, but he definitely caught something on the back of his head.
He seems to be doing a little bit better now.
Yeah, it might have been just a little bit of pain.
Inside to James, and he is fouled hard on the play.
Yeah, Wakefield finally trying to do something to stop him from scoring down there, and they did commit the hard foul.
Marcus picks up the foul, his third. Joey Pazia at the scores table. I'm curious to see if he's going to go in for Ben Wasco. Even after that foul on James, Ben again went and grabbed the back of his head.
He's talking to the ref right now, too, so I wonder if the referee caught that and asked him how he was feeling. Asking him a couple of concussion protocol questions.
Don't use the C word.
Yeah.
Don't use the C word.
It's a reality now. You got to be aware of it. So.
Saw that Sunday, of course, in the Patriots game, and you could tell right away when Gronk was trying to get up. I said, "Oh boy, he's not coming back."
Yep. I feel like it should almost be that way anytime a guy goes into that situation. You've got to ask him the questions. I mean, he's at least got to sit out a lot of amount of time, in my opinion.
One of two free throws for Gascoigne. The good news for the Ponders was Don Black was there for the offensive rebound off the missed free throw, and he puts it up and in for two more. Shot is missed. Strong rebound for Gascoigne, and now with 3 minutes remaining and the Ponders up by 16, it's pretty much a formality at this point, I would say.
They have taken command, and I don't think they're going to let up at this point.
Nope, we've seen them go up by 16 a couple of times to have it get back down to 10. I don't think that's going to happen this time. Now, great hustle there. 1, 2, 3, 4 players on the floor. Of course, the Arlington player is Pazia.
And he doesn't want to give the ball up. That's that football mentality right there coming out of the pile with the ball.
Yeah, I'm not sure who it was, but I think an Arlington player lost a tooth to a Joey Pazia hustle play in practice a week or so ago.
Well, I'm not surprised by that. He is all heart and hustle.
Nick Corrales back in the Arlington lineup. Placing Sam Swift, ball knocked out of bounds by Wakefield. 65-49 Ponders, 2:46 remaining in the game. On the shot clock, and boy, that's unfortunate for Wakefield to play defense for that long and commit a reach-in foul with 3 seconds left on the shot clock.
I don't know if it's just a product of the last few minutes of a game, but these guys seem to be playing harder and fouling a little bit harder right now too. And I'm not at the point of calling it chippy, but there's something growing here.
Second foul on Camellia Smith. This is a one-on-one situation, boys. Someone's going to go for it.
Nobody knew it but Dom Black, it looks like.
Yeah.
He's the only one that moved on the miss.
Looked like James was going for the board too, but nobody for Wakefield really reacted. And now Corrales with the steal. He's got Joey Black 1,000 miles an hour. Lays it up and in.
Nice job by Pazia to run the floor. Very aware, and we have got a timeout by Wakefield. And
ooh, that's unfortunate.
Boy, Coach Simpson is not happy with what happened there on that turnover. His player talking to the ref as well. I think they wanted a foul there, but I didn't see one.
I don't know, are they talking about the Corrales strip at midcourt?
Yep, I think so. That's exactly when Brad Simpson stood up and started getting angry. Corrales was straddling the midcourt, the half-court line when he did come up with that ball, but since he gained possession, that's where he was when he gained possession. Right. It's not a backcourt violation.
No, I doubt that Coach Simpson is asking about a backcourt violation.
Not.
My guess is he's more concerned if it was a foul. And that's a tough position to be in for the official, because you're coming up the play as the trail official. You're not getting a great look at that, and it's right in front of the Wakefield bench. So that's what makes it a situation where if you did miss it, they're on top of it and able to see it, and that's why they questioned it.
Well, Coach Simpson's spreading the love tonight. He's had words with both referees now, so he's got his quota for the night.
Yep. So, timeout called by Wakefield, and during that timeout, Arlington is going to the bench. There's number 33, Max McCursey, number 3, Adrian Black, number 22, Stephen McGilvery, all into the Arlington lineup.
Looks like we've got an ice pack being formed for Ben Wasco.
And also number 44, Miles Hess, is in the Ponder lineup, and now coming down the lane amongst 3 Arlington players is Wakefield's number 5, Ryan Marcus. Marcus fouled on the play, and he'll go to the line. Joey Pazia checks out of the Ponder lineup, and he's replaced by Will Clifford. Pazia chipped in with 6 points during the game.
The way he plays so hard, up 20, I think that's a good substitution, because
for everybody.
Well, that's exactly what I mean, because it's that type of hustle that makes things get a little bit more intense, and when you're down 20, you don't really need that at that point. So good sub by John Bowler.
So 2:04 remaining. Arlington able to use some of their role players. Nice little offense here, resulting in McGilvery tosses it up with the left hand, can't get it to go. He fights hard for that rebound. Wakefield comes up with it. I was going to say, McGilvery is put together pretty solidly. I had a feeling he must have been on the football team. It turns out, looking at my notes from the beginning of the season, he is.
Look at the long arms by 44, not on your score sheet.
Miles Hess with the steal. Arlington unable to finish, and now we're going to have a basket by Wakefield's number 15, Michael O'Keefe, and he'll go to the line with a chance for a 3-point play. Minute 25 to go in the game. Arlington 69, Wakefield 51. Wholesale substitutions for the Warriors. Number 23, William O'Keefe into the game. Number 21, Jonathan Jordan. Number 15, we said Michael O'Keefe, he's at the line. Number 25, Quinn Bears, has been in the Warrior lineup. O'Keefe completes the 3-point play. Also number 34, Brian McGonigal, in the Warrior lineup. Still no game action for Ron McPhee.
That's because Miles Hess is out there, and boy, does he have some long arms.
He's only a sophomore.
I was going to say, between him and McGilvery, it looks like they've got some promise off the bench for next year.
Now inside, a foul is called. And I think it's McCursey that was fouled down low by one of the big men by Wakefield. Number 23, William O'Keefe, picks up the foul, and Max McCursey will go to the line for a 1-and-1 and a chance to get on the score sheet. 9 team fouls apiece. It rolls around and out for Max. 1 minute remaining in the contest. Ponders by 17. Three-point shot in the corner, no good. Max McCursey with the rebound. He's got Adrian Black ahead of the pack. Adrian, little stutter-step move off the window and in.
Nicely done. He's got those fingers taped up. Good to see him getting in the scorebook.
Adrian Black in his first game action in a couple of weeks with the hand and finger injury. 26 seconds remaining in the game. Ball's out of bounds. Off of Wakefield, it'll be Arlington ball with 23.9 seconds remaining. Arlington does not have to attempt a shot. Always a tricky situation for a coach. You have some of your bench players in the game. You want them to score, but at the same time, the rule of etiquette is really not to shoot when you're up by 19.
Well, I would say that this is a good shot.
Sure is. Miles Hess for 3.
That's the type of situation where you don't want them to force anything. If they get an open shot, let them shoot it. Otherwise, there's no reason to jack something up.
Yeah, so. let a player who hasn't played get a chance to score. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, I think the other team probably knows that as well. Brad Simpson, longtime coach, he definitely has seen his fair share of games like this, I'm sure, on both ends. But Arlington with a 22-point victory tonight. They broke this one open in the fourth quarter.
They outscore the Warriors to the tune of 24-12 in the fourth quarter. I'm just wondering if that's a matter of Arlington finally imposing their will on the team, maybe a little conditioning thing. We know the Arlington players are always in great shape, and they end up winning it going away.
Well, they did come out and they looked much faster than Wakefield in the first couple of minutes, and there was a timeout, and Wakefield slowed things down a little bit with the changing of their defense to a zone. But after that, it was, kind of a sluggish game on both ends until this fourth quarter, where Arlington really turned it on, and they ended up winning big.
Scoring summary for tonight for Wakefield: Jack Matuszewski with 2, Quinn Bayers with 5, Patrick Hannigan had 4, Michael O'Keefe and Ryan Marcus each with 8, and Joseph Camillus Smith and Andrew Miller share high point honors for the Warriors, each with 13 points. For the Spy Ponders, Nick Corrales had 7, Adrian Black had 2, Bensley Joseph held to just 8 points here tonight. James Gascoigne led the way with 23. Dom Black had 15. Joey Pazzi had 6. Ben Wasco 7. Sam Swift had 2. And Miles Hess had 3 for a total of 74. Final score here from the Kozlowski Gymnasium: Arlington 74, Wakefield 52. Matt and I'll be back with post-game reaction.
All right, here we are, post-game here, where the Arlington Spy Ponders have taken down the Wakefield Warriors, a 22-point victory for the Spy Ponders tonight. I'm here with James Gascoigne and Joey Pazia. And James, you had 23 tonight, led the way for the Ponders in scoring, but I don't need you to necessarily focus on that. Tell me about what happens when Coach Bowler tells you guys to put that full court press on, because it seems like you guys came out of the start with that, and it really forces some things on the other team.
When we bring the energy, we get turnovers and we feed off of that, and that just turns straight into offense. We start getting layups, and bench gets into it. We just get a whole lot of energy. Yeah,
and you mentioned offense because it turns into offense, and like I said, you had 23 points, but it seemed throughout most of the middle of the game that you guys were kind of struggling with the Wakefield zone. Is that the case, or was I seeing things out there?
Yeah, I think the big difference was in the first and last quarter, we were hitting the middle and hitting the baseline guy, and that kind of broke down the zone and got us inside looks instead of three-pointers that we weren't really hitting.
Yeah, we noticed that you guys weren't really taking a lot of three-pointers tonight, but you were crashing the boards quite a bit, and that's where Joey comes in, because he's got a lot of hustle on this team. He's one of the sparks. He's very intense out there, and we saw you a couple times sort of shaking your head, wondering what the refs were saying to you out there. But I love the intensity, so don't knock them, but what were they saying to you out there about your game?
They definitely don't like me looking at them a little bit, but it's kind of bad because I always look at them, I always give them a look, but they tell me I need to cut it out for how many hustle I have, which is, I don't know. I just want to feed off the team and give the team some effort, get them going, because I can see what this program can do, and we can go far. We have big missions to do out.
Yeah, and like I said, you guys crashed the boards really well, and defensively with the switching and all that, you really put the clamps on teams. So what did Coach Bowler say to you guys at halftime to sort of put a spark under you? Because the game wasn't really going that well when you guys ended the half, and you came out really strong in the second half.
At the end of the second half, we just weren't moving the ball right, what James said, in the zone. And they switched to man for some odd reason, and we just burnt that. And after that, we kept going to zone 2. And it was just kept killing it, which was nice for us.
All right, gentlemen, good luck the rest of the season. Thanks for joining us here on the post-game section here. And we'll talk to you next time. Arlington wins 74-52.
And we're back with Coach Bowler. Coach, congratulations on the win tonight.
Thank you. It's a good team effort. A lot of guys played. Got a 10th win, so you qualify for the state tournament 7 straight years. So it was a good day.
Fourth quarter, this Wakefield team really hung around. I think in the second, third quarters, you'd get up by 15 or 16. They came back, got it to 10. I think they even got it within 8 beginning of the fourth quarter, but you end up outscoring them in the fourth quarter 24-12. So it was really that fourth quarter effort. Maybe a thing of just you guys finally kind of wearing them down a bit, perhaps?
Yeah, I think they did a good job. They played hard. We were trapping, and they broke the trap a few times and got easy shots, and they played hard, and they made some threes as well. I thought we did a good job. Just wearing that trap wears you down over the course of the game, and think we got some turnovers, some easy baskets that were able to push the lead back to double figures.
You got scoring from 9 players tonight too, so it's always going to be nice as a coach when you get that many players on the score sheet.
Oh yeah, it's great. I mean, all of them work so hard in practice. It's good. Get in the game and produce.
Also seemed like it was a rare game where you guys kind of had to look like a pretty good size advantage. Ben and James are so relentless on the boards, and I think they were physically bigger, especially the one player for Wakefield got in a little bit of foul trouble. Seemed like something you guys were really able to exploit tonight? I think was your size advantage here tonight.
Oh yeah, I think we're not a terribly big team, but in the Middlesex League we're the big. We might be one of the biggest teams, and I think James is just a beast down there. Ben's relentless on the glass. Dom Black, Joey Pazia comes in and gives us a great lift. I think we definitely wanted to get the ball down low, to create easy baskets near the hoop, and also those guys are just relentless getting offensive rebounds and putbacks. Every time you get the ball down low or into the paint off the dribble, it collapses the D and makes them move, and it worked well for us tonight.
And also with the win, another league win, so you really have like a little bit of a cushion in the league right now. But you're gonna still face some good teams down the stretch and try to take home maybe perhaps an undefeated league season. It's kind of going that way with a few more league games remaining.
Yeah, we definitely want to just keep winning, keep staying in first place. It's going to be a battle the second half of the season. We got Wilmington and Burlington we haven't played yet, and then we're going to be on the road at Woburn, Winchester, Belmont, Lexington and Reading at home. Every game is going to be a battle. If I'm a team, I wouldn't want to see a team go undefeated. So we know we're going to get everyone's best shot. But that's what we want. That's what we want to be. Get everyone's best shot so we're ready come the state tournament.
Excellent, Coach. Thanks for joining us with this game tonight. Arlington wrapped up a little 4-game homestand, which they had, and they won all 4 games, of course, extending their home winning streak regular season to 39 games now. With the win, Arlington improves to 10-2 overall, 9-0 in the league. Next Ponder game will be Thursday night. Was that a misprint, or is it on Thursday? It is on Thursday. Yep, so Thursday night at Wilmington. The next home game will be a week from tonight when Lexington comes into the Tozlowski Gymnasium. So that will wrap things up here tonight from Arlington. I'd like to thank Kevin Wetmore for his work behind the camera, my partner Matt Rury. I'm Don Phelan. Once again, the final score, Arlington 74 and Wakefield 52.